Okay, so week 5 getting started here. Week 5 we're gonna get reconnected with a topic that we started last week, and I'm hoping that we can wrap things up today. So today we're gonna be talking about, last week we talked about how to write to a text file. Today we're gonna be talking about how to read from the text file, the information there. Then how to write and read from a JSON file. A JSON file is still a text file, but it's a more well formatted file, let's put it this way. And then we're gonna continue the exercise that we started last week, but we're gonna go deeper and we're gonna apply reading, writing and reading to JSON on this exercise, okay? Just so you know, under contents there on Centennial, under week 4, I have uploaded the solution for our previous exercise, exercise 3 version 2. So this is the project solution, okay? And here at the top, you have programming exercise 03 version 2. And this is the video explaining step by step of that exercise, okay? Now, I will not always do this. So sometimes I will explain the exercise here. Sometimes I will record the video like this. So again, it's a bit of a mix between the two, but I went through every single step of that exercise through this video. If you ever try, if you go through it, if you have questions, let me know. But the video is not only me copying code there and telling you which code you should use, but why you should use that, the reasons, the explanation of how I came about that solution, okay? So again, if you have questions, let me know, but solutions are here, and the solution for page 1 of the exercise of last week, program exercise 04, which you're gonna be continuing today. So the solution of that page is also here, but again, today we're gonna keep going here. I have Padlet open. Any questions? Anything you want to mention? By the way, your assignments, my goal is to get them done between today and tomorrow, assignment 1, the grading part, okay? So by tomorrow, the latest, you're gonna have your grades for assignment 1, okay? Again, any questions? Good morning. Okay, so let's carry on here. So as I briefly mentioned, last week we have covered how to write to a text file, but this week, today, we're gonna be talking about how to read from a text file, okay? So the same file that you have saved last week, we're gonna be opening that file and reading from it, okay? So I'm gonna flip here to the codes. And I just want to reconnect with what we did last week. So far last week, what we did was, we have created an employee class. We have asked for the 3 informations of the employee, the number, the name, and the salary. Then we have opened a file, created a file called employeeinfo.txt. We have then written the employee number, the employee name, and the employee salary, and we close the file. So just to reconnect, I'm gonna run this and demonstrate again. So let's say employee 100, the name is Mary, and the salary is 20,000. And with that done, we should have the file in our folder there. So I'm gonna go to the project folder, to the bin folder, debug folder, and here is the employee info.txt. If I open that, I have the information there, okay? So again, this is what we have seen last week. Now, I made a few changes just a few adjustments to the way the code is organized here. If you have a look at the main of our code, I just put a few lines there just saying that we are writing to the text file. In the actual process of writing, I moved to this what? This method, okay? So just to organize things a little bit better, because today we're going to be writing the read part. So we have now a method that writes to the file. We're going to have a second method that will read from the file. So just to avoid one long block of code that writes and then reads, I have a method to write, I have a method to read, okay? Just to separate them out. Okay, so I'm going to write a second method here. I'm going to write read text file. And I'm going to just put this header there just to make sure that things are in a way organized. So now we're going to be reading from text file. And here, again, I'm just adding some text here to the output, just to keep things a little bit better organized, okay? Now, I'm going to create a second method called read text file, okay? So I'm going to collapse this one. I'm going to say private static. I'm using static here because I'm not creating a class from this program, so I'm just using static methods here. There's no return value, so I'm going to just say void, and I'm going to call it read text file.
Basically, because I have seen only static examples of methods. Are they used on practice in a non-static way?
Yeah, any classes that we have, I mean, like the employee class, we may have a method here that is, yeah, but those are not methods either. So those are properties, okay? But yeah, I mean, again, it's supposed to be a method that deals with the current data of that object. So yeah, I mean, it's not, we should not even consider if it's rare the use or not. It's very practical and it's a daily use of that kind of thing, okay? So again, it's very, very frequently that we use dynamic methods as well. Yep, non-static. Okay. Right now we are not using it. Not yet. Right now we are not. We're here right now because program. We are not creating instances of program. I'm just creating them all as static. Okay. Okay, so let's use our write text as a reference point. Let's see how we will handle that. So to read the text file, which I'm going to call it from the main as well. I'm going to call it right here. Anyone has any questions or found anything confusing about writing those methods? I mean, anything there, because I want to make sure that we are on the same page here.
Basically, Professor, I'm sorry because I was a little bit late. We have one more class before this one.
Okay.
Basically, we have put from the one that we were coding on Thursday into the just method, like just everything. Into
Correct. Write text file. Yes. So I copied that entire thing in that new method. So we break it down into a writing method and a reading method. Okay, just to separate things out, okay? Okay, so here is our read. So how about we start from creating our file stream and our stream reader this time around. So again, so I'm gonna do file stream. I'm going to call this time around in file, because this is an input file. We are bringing it in, okay? So I'm declaring it and I'm going to create it. So new file stream. Now we put the name as we did here. But this time around, we're going to use a different file mode. There's a problem here. Anyone can find the problem? Parentheses. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Yeah, so file modes. Which one do you think that we're going to be using now? To read. Let's use open, okay? Just use open here. And then, in terms of file access, let's use read. Okay, we just need to read from it. Okay? Okay, so now we have a reference to the file. Now we need, before, when we were writing, we had our stream writer. Now that we are reading, we're going to have a stream reader. That's it. Easy peasy. Stream reader. I'm going to call it stream reader with lowercase s. And I'm going to say new stream reader. And I'm going to make it point to our in file. Okay, so again, let's just compare with what we did before. Before we did stream writer.write line to write this line to the file. What are we going to do now? Stream reader dot read line. And so that's read line. And then this read line will return the line that is on the file. Now, how about we assign that line to a local variable so we can work with that line? Okay, so let's do something like this. String line equals to read line. Okay, so at this point here, line 6.3, what will be the value of line? How it will look like? Of the string line. When we read from the file, how will it look like? If we are talking about this file here, what will it have? What is the value? The entire line 1, correct? Are we okay with that? Do we agree with that? It will have the entire line 1? Can we agree with that? Yep? Yep? Yes, no way. It's not a trick, it's not a tricky question. Okay? Don't worry, it's not a trick question. It is. It will have the entire line. Okay? Now, what is it that we have to do after we have that line? We need to create now our employee object. Okay? But now we have a string that has that line. Again, let's think a little bit. What should we do now?
Write again.
I want to display the information of the employee. Huh? And write that line? To do what?
Based on the comma?
Yeah, so how about we try to break this down into 3 different components? Can you see that we have 3 pieces there? Yeah. So they are separated by comma. Okay, so how about we try to get each individual piece of information? Okay? To do that, we can use a method from string, very simple, called, anyone? Anyone? Give you 1? I'll give you 2. Anyone knows the method? It's already a string. So the whole thing is already a string. However, now we have to break it down, and we're going to be using a method from the string class called split. Split. We're going to split the string into three different pieces. So we're going to do something like this. Line dot split. And then we have to say which character are we splitting by. Because if I just say split, again, what is a character that we are splitting based on? It's a comma, okay? So I'm going to say comma here. So we split, but split is a method that returns a value. Look at what it returns. It returns what? An array, okay? It returns an array. So what we're going to do is we're going to assign the split to our own array. Array of what? Characters, strings, okay? So we're going to say string lines How are you doing? Not good? Okay, so who said not good? Why? What is the issue there? What is that? Lack of sleep. Okay, so again, you can find a quiet place right in the corner and solve your problem. Okay, so here's the thing. Array is split in the line in three pieces. So our array will have three elements. Okay? Element 0 will be what? Element 0 will be 100. Element 1, Mary. Element 2, 20,000. Okay? So again, zero base. This 0 is the first, 1 is the second, and it goes on like that. Okay? Get used to work with arrays because we're going to be using collections quite a lot. Okay, so with that done, now I can say lines 0. This will have the employee number. So I'm going to say, let's take care of creating our employee class. Okay? Let's declare our employee class. So let's do this. I'm going to say my employee, I'm going to create again my employee, and I'm going to say my employee dot employee number equals to line 0. This is the first element of the array. So I'm returning the first string, which is the number, the employee number. However, what do we have to do here? What is this? What is the type? It's a string. Okay, so we have to convert this to an integer. So we have to say int parse. So we convert the first element. And we're going to repeat something like this 2 more times to be the name. But name is index 1. And then the last one, the salary, which now is index 3. Sorry, not 3, 2. And we have a double here. So we declare a new employee, and then we are assigning each item in the array to the corresponding property. Okay? And now, what I can do is, I can output this. But how about we give this a try? I'm going to put a breakpoint here. I'm going to run this and see if it's showing me what I'm expecting. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure that we close the file and the stream as well. So let's do something similar to what we did before at the end here. But this time is for the stream reader. and it is for the in file. Okay, so let's just run. Actually, as the file is already there, I'm going to bypass the writing part, okay? So for me to bypass the writing part, I can just comment this out to bypass it. Just going to comment that, and I'll go straight to reading, okay? Are we fine there? Because again, the file's already there. So I'm not going to write for now. I'm just going to go straight to read. Okay, so let's run this. I have a breakpoint because I want to analyze the values. So it stopped there. It's going to stop the code. And now I can have a look. Let's see, employee number. Look, 100. Name, Mary. Salary, 0, because we stopped right there. So this line didn't run yet. So I can just press F10. Let's see here. And now, salary, that's what we have. Let's have a look at our lines. See? 3 strings. 0, the number. 1, Mary. 2, 200,000. So it's reading properly. Okay? So let's output this. Let's just output this to the console. So I'm just going to do something like this. I'm just going to copy. I'm going to say employee number. I'm going to use string interpolation here. I'm going to say employee number. I'm going to write line, because then it breaks to the next line. I'm going to say employee name. An employee. But employee salary, let's format it as currency. So just going to run it again. Now I'll no longer put a breakpoint. I'll just let it run, and it will output that information to the console. Okay, so now we are just reading from a text file. Again, in a way very similar to the way we wrote, we just have to, in a way, to do the opposite. Anything muddy here, anything blurry here, anything specific or that you would like clarifications about. I'll be sharing this code in a second. I'll zip it up. Yep.
Could you read from one and then write onto another stream?
You can write to another one. Yes, you can. No problem. You just need to have a stream writer writing to another location. That's okay. Well, not only stream writer, but I would need another file too. Okay.
So you can have multiple file streams?
Yep, you can.
And what about this stream that writes and reads?
What about it?
So when we code it, how do we put a code? Basically, because here string reader and there string writer, and if it's combined, how do we code strings? I'll try it. So
What's the question?
yes, string
Is that a question? Give it a try, and if you get stuck.
I have already.
Okay, so what's the question? No, this is not, I mean, with exercise, you can show me what you want, but again, questions about this.
Yes.
Okay, so what is?
Because last time I remember there was a stream and there was write and read at the same time.
Last time there was write and read at the same time.
Yes, because now
We're reading from the console. We're reading the line from the console,
and we are writing into
the file.
I think she's mentioning file mode.
What is that?
File mode.
File mode, yep.
I think there's an option to choose read and write.
Yeah, there are different options there, yeah.
I see. So basically it's here. Basically it's just file access.
It's not that you are writing and reading at the same time. It's just that I'm requesting access to read and write, okay?
So basically in first method we are giving an access just to write, and at the second we are
Yes, just read. So just to demonstrate how we write and how we read, okay? No problem. So again, I'm just trying here to demonstrate how to write, we did before, and how to read, we did it right now. Again, chance for you to ask questions. Of course, there will be an exercise, so you're going to have more chances there. But is that making sense? Yep, sure.
For writing, we have to close those stream reader, stream writer, and the file. If we do not, it's not safe. But how about reading?
When reading, we still have to close both of them because we are opening here, see? We are opening both of them.
If there's any possibility when we don't close?
Yeah, so that you may get to a scenario that the file is still open for the operating system. So if you try to use it again, the file might be blocked. So make sure that you always close the stream and the file as well. Okay?
It's like console repeat.
It is. It is. It's just another output, another input. It's a file instead of the console. Yes? Main, I just called the first one, and I just called the second one. Here, I'm just doing some embellishments. I'm just making it a little bit more presentable. But again, I'll share this in a second, right before you get to the exercise. I'd like to move forward here with Jason. Jason, again, is not a guy. Jason, okay, so let me ask you this. Look at this. We had to read from the file. Just want to bring this to your attention. We had to read. Is it locked? Is it locked? I didn't intend to be locked. Is it? Oh, it's not.
Or it's stuck, maybe, I don't know. This way.
Maybe. Okay, so look at this. The inconvenience of working with straightforward files like that, text files, is that we have to read the file. Come on, let's have a look here. Again, let's keep close here. You have breaks to talk. So again, respect is part of that. I still hear buzzing. Come on, please. Okay, so the inconvenience of doing this with lines that are separated by commas is that you have to manually set each property of your employee. But with JSON, what we can do is we can do this automatically or automatically. Okay? We can read and automatically create our object for us. We don't have to assign manually like this. We can just read once. It's like in one single line, you're going to read and you're going to create your employee. Okay? Let's have a look. Let's explore a little bit JSON. Again, we're going to start the same way. We're going to first write, then we're going to read from the JSON file. The same way as we did with the text file, we wrote and we read, we're going to do the same with JSON. We're going to write and we're going to read, okay? Okay, so I'm going to open a new Visual Studio. And I'm going to say File, New, Project. It's a console app. I'm going to call this, let me see here, JSON. Just want to keep consistent there. JSON file, okay? So I'm going to call it the JSON file. That's the name of our project here. So I'm going to go create. Now, I'm not going to reinvent the wheel here. We're going to use the same employee class, and the structure of the writing will be similar. But at the writing moment, we're going to use JSON instead of plain and simple file, plain and simple text, okay? So I'm going to be reusing some of the code that is already there, so I don't do things from scratch here. So I'm going to create the employee class. So employee here, and let me just get the employee details. So again, same properties. Just if you do copy and paste, just make sure that you adjust the namespace, okay? Because now it came with the other namespace. So I want the same namespace here. Okay, so employee class is there. In the program now, I'm going to do something similar to what is there. However, now I'm going to call a method called, it's a new method that we'll be creating now. Write JSON file. And you're going to create that method to be able to write to the JSON file. Okay? So we're going to say private, static, void, there's no return, and we're going to use the same name there. No parameters, and we're going to have the body right here. As I said, overall, the write JSON file method will be similar to the other one. But at the point that we save, we're going to be using JSON object, JSON class, instead of using the plain and simple string that we have been using before. So I'm going to, again, reuse a little bit of the code there. The reading parts, the reading from the console, okay? So I'm going to be creating an employee. I'm going to be asking for the 3 questions. And I'll also, look, I'll also need a file output and a stream writer. So this part will be very, very similar, okay? Very similar. So I'm going to copy there, paste it here. This code right now that I'm typing, I'll be sharing the entire project right before you do the exercise, okay? Okay, so it's complaining about the file stream, it's complaining about the stream writer, because I need to add what? System.io. Okay, so let's go system.io. Okay, so up until here, we're going to adjust a little bit our file. Let's call it .json, okay? Just to differentiate them, okay? It's just the name of the file, just that. We are still open to create the file. We still need write access to the file. All the same here. However, as I said, at the point that you're gonna do stream write, stream writer.write, right here you're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna have now to make a reference to the JSON library, okay? That's where things will start to become a little bit different from what we did before. See, as I mentioned to you, with the system.io, we just need to add the namespace up there. because the actual libraries, they are already being referenced right here. They are already there. We just need to add the namespace. However, with JSON, we need to add the library to our project. The JSON classes, objects, methods, they are not there readily available for us. We have to manually add the library to our project. How we do that? That's what we're going to be talking about now. So under references, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to manage NuGet packages. This NuGet package is an online repository. Actually, it's going to go to the web right now, and I will be able to type and search for any library that I may want to add to my project. In this case, I know the name of the library. I'm just going to go there, type the name, it will show up, and I'm going to add to the project. Okay? So again, manage NuGet package. Right click under references. So references, right click, go to manage NuGet packages. This will come up. You're going to see 3 tabs here. You have browse, you have installed, and you have updates. The one that we're going to be going to is the browse one. Okay, so we're going to browse whatever is out there. Now, because I have done this recently, I think it's the reason why it's showing newtonsoft.json right here. But if you don't see that as the first one, what you're going to be typing, you're going to be typing newtonsoft. You're going to be typing that name, specific that name, okay? newtonsoft, because this is the library that will allow us to read and write JSON formats, okay? And you're going to see a few different options here. Get the first one, newtonsoft.json, not the other ones. We just did the very first one, newtonsoft.json. Yes?
So what's the difference between the read and write JSON and the one which got the type? The one
we did before.
It already had the library, right?
Yes.
So why don't we use that one?
Because you're going to see that with JSON, you can save much quicker without too much complexity. And very quickly, we're going to say, oh, so I don't need to convert each field. Oh, it gets converted automatically for us. And I will highlight what else is there, okay? Okay, so we click the first one, and then on the right-hand side, you're going to find install. This install, what it will do is, it will download this package to your solution, okay? Let me show you this. I'm going to go to Windows Explorer here. And we're gonna see another folder getting created here called packages once I click install. So I'm going to do that, install. Takes a few seconds there. Successfully. So now you see under references, I can see newtonsoft.json right there. I'm going to save this. And if I go back to the folder, see now we have these packages. Okay? And inside we have Newtonsoft. Again, there are different ways to create JSON files, okay? I'm just going with the most popular one. Actually, this is not the one in the book. The book is covering the one that is the default by Microsoft, but it's not the one that people use out there. I want to bring the one that people are using out there, okay? Okay, so we added, great. Now it's here, available for us. Again, questions so far? Okay, we have a quick look, but if we get stuck there, I can look at it later.
And during installation
Yeah,
of this...
yeah, but this is the system.io. Scroll up, scroll all the way up. System.io.
Oh, okay.
This is something different. Okay, so I'm going to close NuGet package, okay? We have added already. Now, it's here under references. But it's not in our file yet under our local file references here. It's not, the namespace is not there yet, okay? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do using newtonsoft.json. So we have to add the namespace at the top so we can use the classes related to JSON, okay? Okay, so now, here's what we're gonna be doing. Because I don't remember the syntax, I'll be copying, okay? That's the reason why I don't expect you to remember the syntax of those things. Okay. Okay, so this is it. Okay, this is actually quite simple. Now, you're gonna hear these words, this expression, I would say, or this word, serialize, serialize. Anyone has any idea of what that is? Okay, good, yeah, it's very towards that, yeah. Sort, it's not about sorting, but it's really more about creating a sequence. Actually, here's what that is. Serialize is the action of converting a complex object, like an employee that has 3 fields, to a string format that can be saved, that can be transmitted from one application to another application. So this is called serializing. In a way, you are encoding your object so it can be transferred or it can be saved to a file. Okay? Because in its original format, my employee, which is an object that has salary, name, and employee number, that on its own, it's not easily transmittable. It's not easily saved. Okay? So we're going to be converting that object into a string, a well-formatted string, and you're going to see that in a second. And this process of converting from an object to a string, this is called serializing. Who can guess what is the name of the opposite process? Deserializing. So deserializing is a process of converting from a string to an object. And that's what we're going to do when we are reading from the file. So right into the file, we are serializing. But reading from the file, we're going to be deserializing. We're going to be converting the string. And by the way, what I'm saying is available there in the PDF of this presentation, okay? Because again, I would rather be demonstrating this than going through a bunch of PowerPoints. Okay, so again, JSON convert, this is the class. This is the class that comes from the JSON, from the Newton Soft library. As you can see, this is a class. This is not an object. We are calling the class directly, so this method here is what? Is a static or non-static? Statics, because we are calling from the class itself. And then we are giving the parameter as our object, yes, my employee, which is populated here. So how about we give this a break? Actually, let's not break this. So in the end, the serializing process is converting this to a string. It's another string, but it's a well-formatted string here. We don't have to put commas. We don't have to put anything. We just have to call this. And it will do the whole job for us. It will go through every single property of that class, of that object, and it will convert to a string for us. Now, this string will be converted and it will be stored. And I just gave this a name. It could be any name. But I call it JSON. And then I'm going to save this JSON file, this JSON string, in our stream writer. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to say, and with that written, I'm going to wrap things up. What should I do? Close, stream, in the file, okay? So I'm going to close the stream writer. And the out file. Let's give this a try. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go Control F5. Okay, so let's see. 20 employee number, employee name John Smith, and salary 45,000 a year. Okay, now, again, as we did with the text file, no difference here. Let's go to the folder of the project. Let's go to the bin folder, to the debug folder. Here we have the JSON file. Okay, let's have a look. Because in the end, this is just a regular text file. Don't get confused because it has a fancy extension. Just a text file that I can open on any text editor. And I'm going to say Notepad. Let's have a look at that. Look. Look how it looks like. See? Now, it did all of that for us. And now you can see, remember that we were saving our text file with commas. What if one of the information that we save has a comma on it? Then we have a problem. In this case here, doesn't matter, because it's formatted in a way that will handle those kinds of scenarios as well. So you see, we have the property name, column, the value, comma, the property name, column, the value, comma, the property name, column, the value. Again, this format is highly used out there. We're not talking about things that were like this 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. This is now. Now, I'm coding a system right now that's using that. Okay? And you can see here that it starts with curly braces here to indicate that this is one full record. Okay? Yes?
So how the fields of the class are managed, like sequence of the fields?
The sequence of the fields?
Is there any way that I can have a name before and then employee number, or the JSON just works with the class?
It will do that automatically for you, so don't worry about that, because to be quite honest, order here is not that relevant. And you'll see, because when you read this, you don't care about order, you just care that those names are the same as the ones in the object.
So originally how it works, it is based on the employee class sequence?
Yeah.
In employee class, we have employee number first and then name?
Yeah, to be quite honest, I don't know if that really matters. Let me see here. Look, the employee number was the first, name was the second, salary. Maybe this is based on the field. Again, we can do some tests here. But in the end, the ordering of those don't really matter too much, because at the end, when we read them all at once. And JSON will sort it out which property belongs to, which data belongs to which property based on the name. Name, employee number, salary, it's matching the name of the property. Yeah, so it's going to match the property when we are reading this, okay? Yes. Any questions? Okay, so let's do this. Again, any questions? Just want to give a second there, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip the projects and I'm going to upload to our Slack channel, not to Centennial yet, because I'm going to do the same thing with the other classes. So again, I'll load Slack. I'll be uploading there the 2 projects completed. And then what you're going to be doing is you're going to carry on the same exercise. I will provide you the code for the reading, but you're going to check it out. You're going to check it out, and you're going to try to apply that to the exercise. The exercise will ask you to read as well. Again, very similar to what we did for text, but we're going to do the opposite direction now. We're going to be reading from the JSON file, convert that automatically, and creating our new employee object. Okay, so again, let's have 5 minutes break, and I'll take care of uploading this to Slack, and once you are back, it will be there. Questions? The code? That's what I'm about to do. So on Slack, it will be right now on Slack. Right now, just load Slack, and it will be there. Yep.
So basically, assignment 2 should be done only in a group?
Yes.
Aha, so no one person, no two, only minimum 3.
Yes. Because it's one of our mandates in our course outline to work in groups. So I stick to the outline. I'm very obedient. No problem. By the way, we cannot meet today, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I just got involved with a new client, so I have to rush through a meeting right after this is done. Let's see how things will go after that, because it may take a lot of my time, this new client. So we'll talk, okay? We'll talk after that and in the next class. I mean next week. But let's see how things will go.
It would be nice to have one more week, because I have found more things, and actually it's possible to overcome other problems.
Okay. So again, we'll talk. But again, what I'm trying to say is that my time will be. So we'll be talking. Again, cannot make promises. But let's see. What's up? Yes.
I'm trying to find it here, but there is nothing in the bean after debug file.
Did you compile?
Yeah, everything is.
Compile.
Oh, I have to
Right.
compile?
Yeah, because otherwise it won't show up.
Okay. Maybe right now. Oh, yeah, it will not show anything. I got it. $1
That's fine. And then look at the folder, see if it's there.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's settle down a little bit. Okay, someone has a question here that I see on Padlet. Okay, so it's not clear yet for the student of what's the use of JSON. Well, there are plenty of videos out there that you can look more into why it's useful. I can try to find another one, but the best way really is me explaining. So I'm gonna reiterate again what's the use of that. So imagine that you need to transfer information from one system to another one. And this is very, very common. Now, we are saving this to a file, okay? But JSON has other applications as well. Not only to save to a file, you save to file usually when you need to transfer or you need to export and import data. However, a more, I would say, obvious use of JSON is when you have two systems trying to communicate to each other. And that happens a lot. I can tell you this. We have built an application the other day that needs to talk to this money authorization company called Stripe. In our website, it needs to send information to this website. Guess which formats are we sending this information? JSON. They say, this is the format that we need. We send the data there. They send the data back. Guess which format they use? JSON as well. So JSON is a format to exchange data, to move data from one system to another one. So that's really, you can think about it as a standard way to communicate. It's a format that is well established, that is very flexible, that is very powerful, very popular as well. Right now, we are just having the first glimpse of what JSON is. By doing what? By saving the data to a file and by reading from this file. Reading, again, in the code that I provided, you have the reading sides there. So let me see. So are you going to show, if I'm going to show? No. To show the purpose of using, I'm saying what is the purpose here. Again, if you have, as you do the exercise, if you want to approach me, I'll be walking around and I can have a bit of a 101 to try to clarify more, but yeah, the purpose is to exchange information, to standardize the formats that two systems can communicate to each other. Yes, actually, right there. Actually, the way APIs communicate, the format is via something like that. How this API sends data. There are other ways as well. I'm not saying that JSON is the only way. I'm just saying that JSON is the most popular one out there at this point in time, okay? So, yes, it's very, very much used by APIs, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do next, we're gonna open this exercise here, program exercise 04, and you're gonna get this going. So hopefully you have been able to do the first page. If you have not done the first page, I have provided the code here on Centennial as well. And then carry on with the other ones. Carry on. I just provided on Slack the codes for the JSON file and the sequential file. So the text file and the JSON file, you can download these codes. The best way I find to learn how to code in a little language or a new library is to see an existing code and to copy that code to start to make adjustments. So I need to change this here now, and I need to change that. So that's how we come to learn, okay? So use that as a reference point, as a starting point for the exercise, and that's about it. I'll be walking around, and again, let me know if questions come up. I'll be providing the source of this exercise as well by the end of the week, because again, I need to go through everybody. So this will also be provided, okay? Great. Yes. Yes. The visual to the code. Again, you're better off to download from Slack. Here's the code. You have 2 zip files there on Slack. The entire code is there. So again, you can just download. I'm going to try to change the music a little bit, okay? So still jazz, but just another playlist. Because I heard some feedback that, oh, it's become repetitive. I get it. What's up?
To run the solution that you have shared in
Yep.
Centennial, but it doesn't let me write. It doesn't load.
Okay, this is a Mac. Again, I'm not trying. Oh, it's
Yeah,
right here.
Yeah, it's right here, but it doesn't giving me the value or giving me the
information. It's the right number. Nothing.
Again, do we have Visual Studio there? Is it working for you? Yeah. So again, you may need to see what you have to adjust to make it run on a Mac. I'm not sure, to be quite honest.
This is the file, sir. When I try to can I change it?
Okay, actually, I know someone else that did, but maybe he started from scratch. One second. Can you show her how to ask for console.read line on a Mac, because she's having problems and I'm not a Mac guy, so Mac, okay? To Slack, okay, so go here to the links. Have you registered to Slack or not yet?
I don't remember.
Okay, so you can go to, okay, scroll down. Sorry, up. The invitation is here. So if you have not registered, here's the invitation. So you can sign up there, and then it will carry on. I'll actually, you have it already? Oh, perfect. Thank you. If anyone has any problems with Slack, let me know. The link for the invitation is available under Content, Links, and then here's the invitation link in case you have not registered yet. And once you are registered, you can just go to this Slack link here, 003, okay? It will load on the web, but you can download the desktop app as well. It's up to you, but it loads in the browser as well. Certificate's locked. Seems to be locked, and I'm not sure how to unlock it. Seems to be locked there. Okay, I'll do I'll take a quick attendance here. Ahmed, Alajan, Amin Patel, Brandon, Carl Hung, Clara, Dhruv Rakesh, Gurneet, Ilason, Ishan, Jasmine, Jennifer, Joanna, George, Joshua, Karina, Martin, Mary Christine, MD Hilal, Mustafa, Nita, Nihal Kumar, Pawanpreet, Saima, Sagar Kumar, Shaminda, Shima, Siran, Sayed, Tanvi, Teresa, Tomoy, Tony Lin, Tony, Yonga, Yusuf. If I did not call your name, let me know. How are you doing? Any problems with Slack? No. Okay? All good?
When will you upload these lectures on YouTube?
What is that?
When will you upload this lecture on YouTube?
Well, with this recording, tomorrow the latest should be there. Usually I try to upload it right away.
I will have to have a look at it because I'm having a little bit confusion.
That's okay. Anything that I can help right now?
No, I'm looking at the examples and
Okay.
I'm getting some idea. So
Okay.
it's okay.
So are we doing this with the employee thing that you said? Or
Actually, just following this exercise.
Okay.
Just
Did it
follow.
on the weekend.
Oh, did the whole thing? With Jason as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Actually, I do have a question. I wasn't able to get my when we added the right stream writer.
Stream writer, okay.
Sorry, stream reader.
Okay.
God, what's happening today? As for the stream reader, I wasn't able to get it to work. It keeps saying that for order number Something about here. Can't something about the string.
Okay, let's give it a try.
So
You got it. You
right.
just have the read.
Yeah. So I have the folder. I put it in the same format, all on one line, and
You got it.
But I get this, and I just don't understand it.
Okay, can you open the file for me?
Yeah, it's right here. Oh, the file itself.
Yeah, the file itself.
So I reformatted.
Oh, you see, the first line is.
That's why?
That's why. That's why. Because it's reading line by line. Well, okay, so there is another problem there. So show me the file again.
The file itself.
Yeah, the file itself. Okay, so you see. Oh, okay,
What's
go back.
using
Go back
this?
here. Go
Okay.
back here. So you are reading the text file, correct? So the text file doesn't go back to the text. You put this order number here. This is messing things up. You just have the values. So you're gonna have 001, comma, milli, comma, rose bouquet, comma, 1. You don't have the name of the
Because on the
fields.
output, what I had done is I had put it like formatically, so it looks, you can see what it is.
That's, but then when you're reading, you have to get rid of them. Because otherwise, when you break it down by comma, in the first piece, it will have order, number, semicolon.
Serialization is in order to make it like this.
Yes, yes, serialization with JSON. Now, when you are writing to the file, to the text file, you should not add the names of the fields. You should just add the data itself.
Okay.
You got it?
All right. Okay. Then I
Okay.
think I should. Thank you.
What's up?
For exercise 4, do we need to follow the just JSON file, right?
Both of them actually,
JSON.
because there is the first part of the exercise is with text file. The second part of the exercise is with JSON file.
Okay, so JSON and sequential file, both do we need to follow?
For the first part, you follow the sequential file because it's a text file. For the second part, it's a JSON file, so you follow the JSON one. Okay?
Okay.
So did it work? The console thing there? What he said didn't work.
No, actually he said that it's like acting up. What I can do is just restart. I just restarted, but it's still there.
So in the first exercise that you have done, did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
So we start from scratch. So it's better you start a new project from scratch, copy the pieces,
Yeah.
and then because maybe the problem is that it's making references to libraries that is with Windows only.
yeah.
So if you start one from scratch, it will make reference to your libraries. So you copy the parts that let me copy the main, let me copy this method, let me copy this one.
Yeah, because it's sir, it's also asking for the something, maybe the library from the Windows.
Maybe. But again, I think that the best approach is to start from scratch on your environment.
it's not working for her, and we cannot find the problem.
Okay, so move the mouse over there. So this is which one is this one? Write JSON file.
Right is fine. Just the reader shows.
Okay, so move the mouse over there. My employee. Yep.
The not existing.
In the current context.
I'm not gonna fix that. No.
No?
Look at what it's saying. No, check there. Check there. I mean, in the next 3-4 lines, the solution is there. What does it say? Read it to me.
My employee does not exist.
Does not exist. Okay. So where is it? Where is my employee? Show me. Little letter, just a little letter.
What were we doing on Thursday? Because I remember I was just following the PDF file. We were doing just the first page. And now we need to do, after saying, now we need to use
Carry on.
JSON.
We just need to carry on the exercise. The exercise from page 2 to, until we're done. So just carry on. Because now we have enough. It is quite a few, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. You can carry on at home. I know that you don't have anything to do at home, so you carry on. I'm joking. Yes, but again, you should expect to put at home at least 2 hours worth of effort weekly for this course.
It's not enough just 2 hours weekly.
Well, again, it's up to at least 2 hours. That's what I'm saying, at least 2 hours. So, got it going? Got it going now?
Okay, so first line you do create table.
Again, use this time well, because we're gonna be doing a lot of reading and writing from JSON, okay? So again, this will be a very constant element of our course going forward.
Fabio, which is your student
Mm-hmm.
too from another section, he was trying to join our group.
Yeah, it won't work on the Centennial. Again, you have to. It won't work across different sections. So I told him that it's okay. But again, you have to remind me when I'm grading that the grade will have to go. But formally, he won't be able to be there on the same group on Centennial. Formal, not formal.
Formally
He can.
You allow him to do this.
Yeah, but again, he has to remind me, oh, when you are grading that group, you have to give the grade to him as well. I don't know which group will be the official one. Is the one on his class or this one?
I don't know.
Again, you make up your minds and just tell me. Again, you have to keep reminding me.
Here in this section.
Okay,
I mean, if he wants to join us, he's very welcome.
it's up to you guys. Again, I told him that it's okay, but again, you have to work out the details. Now, what you have to do as well is if you move forward as a group, you have to remind me that, oh, he's also here, so whatever I grade you, I have to grade him there as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Yep.
The first one is in C#.
Yep.
Can we take namespace as we take with packages in Java? Because I know packages.
I'm quite sure that it is similar. I won't tell you that it is exactly the same thing because I don't have experience with Java.
Okay. And the second thing, when we will have the midterms in
The
7th week,
midterm, it will be the week before the reading week.
week before the week.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it was mentioned as 8th week in the
Mhm.
content, so I was worried that because I have booked my flight for the reading week
No.
to US.
Okay, so I'll be mentioning that. It's time to talk about that. So I'll mention that today, but it will be the week before.
Okay. And one more thing, do you have any project going on with you in which I can work, like real-time projects? Like I don't have any part-time job right now.
Got
and
it.
I have a lot of free time.
Let me consider that. It's not just me that is involved in those things.
Yeah.
Let me keep your name there, and let me see. Okay?
I think some group is going on in college in which I can go and have some real-time projects. I don't remember the name. One of the professor told me about that, so that's why I asked if
Here I don't have any formal work projects. So I don't know. Maybe what you heard is from full-time faculty. I'm not a full-time,
Okay,
so that might be the case. Okay.
Yeah, because I just worked 2 years in the industry and I wanted to work in the real-time
The
projects.
hands-on. Okay. Good, good. But again, it's good to have to know that. Okay.
I will just drop you an email
Yes.
so that you can just remember.
To remind. Yes. Thank you.
Serialize a text file? Or is it only for JSON?
Can you serialize a text file? Explain what you want to do.
Well, I was implementing the serialization on the text file when I realized it was the text file, not the JSON. So I'm wondering if I can do it on this, or I'm just wasting time.
Okay, show me there in the code.
I'm just adding it down. Serializing.
So this is a text file, or no?
This
This
one
is
is a text file.
okay. This is JSON.
And this
right?
is your example.
Got it. Yep.
So I was gonna,
Manually serialize it. You mean?
yeah. So I was gonna implement it onto the text one. 'Cause
Okay.
I hadn't realized it was the JSON yet. So
Got it. Got
now that
it.
I'm already here, I'm just asking.
Well,
Is it
for
possible to do it on the text?
well for that one, see, in the end, both files are text files.
Yeah.
Just that one is using one method to save the data. The other one is using a different method, but both of them are text files. So you can definitely, by the time that you're gonna use your write line there, you can just serialize before doing that.
Another thing is, they have like in the exercise it said multiple order numbers.
Yeah, so you're going to be writing multiple lines.
Right.
So each time you write one order, each time you read one order, you serialize and you write to the file. Serialize and write line. Serialize and write line.
That's how I have it implemented here. So I get all the
Yep,
information.
write line. So again, you are collecting information and then you are writing to the file.
Right.
That's fine. So again, if you are using the
So how would I have to insert it here?
yes,
And that's
yes,
where I would serialize?
yes,
Okay.
correct,
Okay.
correct. Okay.
I'm gonna ask for your help.
Sure.
I still wasn't able to get the reading one yet.
The read side
Yeah.
of which one of JSON or of the file.
Of either one. Like I'm working on the
Okay.
text first, right?
If you want to, to ask.
I haven't been able to do it yet. So actually, I still have it going. I'm still getting the same message. I've changed the format. It's showing
Show me the file.
15. So I have it in this format now. Is it maybe because I don't have total?
This, okay, I can tell you what also will cause a problem.
The $sign?
The $sign, yes. I'm not sure, I'm not saying that it's the problem, but it's a problem.
Yeah.
So save it. Okay, got it?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We're gonna read the line first, and
You're gonna split? Yeah.
and then I'm gonna close this file, and I'm gonna read the line again. Then I'm gonna read the second line. Or
So
if I
what
want-
are you trying to do?
Uh,
Do you have multiple lines?
yeah, I have multiple lines because the
So
exercise
so
was-
you're gonna, okay, so what you're gonna do is when writing, you're gonna put inside a loop.
yeah, I already
So inside the loop, you leave to close the opening of the file outside of the loop, the closing outside of the loop as well. So you don't close and open inside the loop.
yeah, I'm gonna I wrote down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's fine. You're right.
But
Great.
how can I read that
No,
line?
first you write. So you are doing that. Now you write a second method to read, independent from it. You wrote the writing. Now you're gonna write the reading.
Oh,
Make them separate. Make them completely separate from each other.
oh,
Don't do it at the same time.
okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
First you create the file, then you're gonna read from the file. Okay?
And may I please ask you?
Yeah.
So about reading, I was trying to find how to read JSON file,
Mm-hmm.
and it's complaining. So basically, we need to
Did you see my example?
right now.
No. I mean, because you know that I upload the example.
Yes.
You know that it's there.
Yes, but I wanted also like to figure it out first.
Okay,
by
okay, that's
myself.
fine.
And I'm trying to figure
Is
out.
that the JSON one or the text
yes.
one? Yeah, but JSON one doesn't have. I mean,
lines?
yeah, it doesn't have lines. So you have to see where you're gonna read. So
What I'm trying.
where's a stream reader? You have the file here, then you need to have a stream reader
So
to be able to read from it.
this line we do not need.
So the same way as you had read the line in the text file, you're gonna read.
But we are not going to convert. Or
That's fine, but you have to read the line. You still have to read the line. Then you're gonna convert the line back to an employee.
so we need to convert.
So, well, but again, it will convert all at once. It's not going to be converting field by field. Now, I highly recommend that you have a look at the example I sent, because otherwise you may have I mean, again, if you want to challenge yourself, that's fine, great. But it's not that straightforward, I can say, to deserialize. Okay?
I have noticed examples.
Okay, so you have my example as well, if you want to use. Anyway,
So first we need to. If we are creating again in a read text, we need to create first string, read it,
yes,
and then convert it.
yes. One single line, you're going to be using the JSON convert to deserialize, to come back from a string back to become an object in one single line.
And in brackets we are mentioning the objects.
In pointy brackets. Is that, you're talking about this? Yeah. Yep.
I just need help on place. It's not displaying. Like it's not.
So is that the text reader?
Yeah, text reader.
Okay. So are you getting an error or what are you getting?
Yeah, so let's say I test it out. It's a slow one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess just that.
Okay, so let's have a look at the file. Let's have a look at the file that it has generated. Okay, so let's have a look. Can you come back here? Okay, so you see this, scroll up a little bit. Yeah, see, you are saving unit price formatted. So you see the dollar sign? The dollar sign we're gonna get a problem when you convert that back, okay? That's most likely the problem. So don't save with the formats here. Leave the formatting when you want to display in the console, let's say. But don't save with the format, because again, it's gonna read that dollar sign. If you're gonna try to convert that to double, you're gonna fail. I think that's what is happening. No problem. Yep.
Here's you said collect and save the orders in a single text file, but
Yep.
here's the JSON. So,
Can you scroll?
yeah, just enhancing and part 3.
Yeah, so scroll, so enhancing. Yeah, so ignore that. I mean, I may have taken the snapshot from a separate. This one here is still the text file, and the last one is converting to a JSON file. So you can ignore that part there, okay? What's up? Yep.
So I don't know what's this message mean. Like process terminated.
Due to Stack Overflow exception.
Is this-
Okay, can you show me your code? Unit price. Okay, can you show me your codes? So it's doing right here. Okay, so console out write, then you read. Is the file getting created or not? Can you check if the file? You can put it here. Is the actually let's do this. Go ahead. No.
Thank you.
Check the folder and see if the file is getting created. So on the so open File Explorer. Yep. Let's go to the bin, and then debug, and then can you open that file?
This one?
The text file. No, this is not the text. Text is the last one. So the file is not getting written. Can you close there? Let's go back here to the codes.
I saw your solution, but I don't want to copy.
I get it.
Yeah, I want this.
Scroll this way here. There must be a little detail there.
Right.
Give it a try again. I want you to read. Yeah, go ahead.
And average.
That's fine. Anything there.
22.
Yep. Okay, so it's kind of stuck right there. Sorry, okay. So close it.
This touch screen, so it's fine.
Okay, so let's go to the folder again. And again, try to open this file again. Nothing there. Okay, let's put the breakpoints. Let's debug this. Go ahead here. Put a breakpoint, let's say, lie. Keep, yeah, that's fine. So let's just run it. Good, so fill it out. Yep. Okay, so let's just have a look around.
Oh,
Where is the value?
I knew the issue. There is no praise here, right? That's why in praise.
There's no what?
Int praise here on the average.
There's no int
Yeah, so like this. So int praise on the average.
on the arrangements.
On the arrangement.
Arrangement is a string.
Yeah.
There's no need for conversion there. But it didn't.
Let's
It seems to be fine, to be quite honest. It seems to be a temporary problem there.
Yeah, but it's okay, right?
It should be okay. I don't see anything obvious there.
Everything.
Yeah, because I don't see anything obvious wrong there.
All right, no problem.
Okay?
I'm gonna close it. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, everyone, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause the music. So carry on with this exercise. Next class, what we're going to do is I'll take 15, 20 minutes to sort it out any questions you may have. So I recommend that you give it a try until then. Get through it, get your questions. Again, some of you, this will be straightforward. Some of you, this will be a little bit harder. So bring your questions. I'll address them on Thursdays at Thursday hours? Thursday. Yeah. So again, I'll address that in the next class. Then we're going to move forward with inheritance next class, okay? One extra note, our midterm will be the week before the reading week, okay?
So it will be week 7?
Yes. Okay? So the content of that test will be up to week 6, which will include inheritance, and I think it will include polymorphism as well. So it will include the content of up to, so week 5, up to the end of next week. Okay?
The test is practical?
It's hands-on, yes. It's a project, it's practical, something like those exercises that you're doing. Again, use the exercise well because you're going to be doing something similar to the exercise, okay? Yep. Any textbook, anything. Again, it's the only thing that you cannot do is talk to your neighbor, but everything is open book. I don't expect you to remember command lines because I don't remember them. If I don't remember them, how can I ask you to remember them? Question? Sorry, what is that? We're gonna do at the end, unless it's a holiday, but we're gonna do at the end of the week. Yeah, the second class. On Wednesday. Is that Wednesday? No, it's not Wednesday. Our class?
No, all classes and Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. It's sure we need one day. Actually, that day, that Monday, is we're going to be doing a kind of a review for the test, you know. So we're going to use that Monday well. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Question about assignment 2? Yes, submit just one. one assignment 2 for the entire group, the grade will be applied to the entire group, okay? So just one person needs to submit. I saw a question there on Padlets. Yeah. No, we just upload as one group. Now, make sure that you join the same group on Centennial, okay? But just one person on behalf of the entire group.